Godless. It's a Bulgarian film, and yeah, did it in 2016, and now it's here, the French premiere of the film. So I make films since 16 years, and this is my debut feature, but I've done about 4 or 5 short films before, medium length and short films. And so I studied in England. All of my studies were in London, at the University of the Arts there and the National Film School. And I was doing fine art when I was younger. I was doing sculpture and I was writing poetry. So that led eventually to filmmaking, because I think it's, yeah, it has a connection to poetry and to art, and yeah, it was a natural, I think, transition. I wanted to talk about someone who, what it's like to, in order to survive in an environment like in the film. All the bad choices we make in order to survive in a reality like that. And it's about how you preserve your dignity when you make this kind of choices. Yeah. Is it possible, and yeah, is it possible to carry on to live like the characters in the film? I mean, I was lucky to find a producer in Bulgaria who wants to tell this kind of stories and who believes in these stories needing to be told and made. So that was a huge help, actually. Like, she's one of the biggest producers in the country, and maybe one of the very few who is not corrupt, you know, and who still has a dignity about the choices she makes, and all her films are kind of not hot potatoes, you know. And so I was lucky to meet her, and because she actually, thanks to her, you know, the film finished, because we had a lot of problems with the production. You have to be honest about what you want to make, and I mean, it's very important for the other person to want to be in the film, because you can't force people to be in a film. So like with the main character, she really wanted to be in the film. So I was lucky there. I wanted someone else before, who was a real nurse and was a former heroin addict, but she really didn't want to be in a film. But she was the character, and so I was like trying to seduce her for 6 months, and she would not. She didn't care, you know. All she cared about was, you know, her addiction and things, and then this other person arrived who actually is a poet, and I thought, okay, she has a conceptual mind, you know, and an emotional sort of source she could feed for, yeah, and she can, you know, she can build this kind of character that I need, because she herself is a writer. So it was more of a conceptual sort of approach to the character, more than, oh, this person, you know, really lived this kind of life. So it was a different sort of, but it's always hard to find people that are natural actors. I myself could never do it. I'm not interested. I think it's, I like to be behind the camera, so it's very hard to find people that want to reveal themselves in front of a camera.